Welcome to this new video. This video is about Microsoft SQL Server Integration Service, which is a part of MSBI, Microsoft Business Intelligence. So it's basically known as SSIS. So we'll start a new series on SSIS. Now in this video, we are going to see what is SSIS and how to install MSBI and SQL Server. So what is business intelligence? So business intelligence deals with data. So we have a lot vast data around different sources. So if suppose a data is like this, which is unstructured or whatever way it is, business intelligence, what it does is that it converts that raw data into information. That means knowledge, and using that data and that information, use that information to make decisions. For example, like certain data are there from a supermarket, and with that data, you can convert that data into certain reports, and you can arrange the data into a way that you can, through that data and through the details in that data, you can take decisions about what you need to improve in that supermarket. The same way, business intelligence deals with data, and it takes the raw data, arranges into a particular format or in a good way, and it will convert that data to make good decisions. So for example, certain dots are there, you can arrange the dots into 5 points and you can make a star in that dot. So for implementing business intelligence, you need the collection of data, analysis of data, and presenting the data in the meter. So first you will take the data, then you will analyze the data. That means you will do the transformation, you will clean the data, and you will store the data into data warehouse. And from the data warehouse, you will be using the data through certain tools like Power BI, SSRS, or other tools, and you will be creating reports based upon that data. So what is SSIS? So SSIS is Microsoft SQL Server Integration Service. It is a platform for building enterprise data integration and data transformation solutions. So you will take the raw data from different sources, might be a flat file, might be an Excel doc, SQL Server, Azure, whatever it may be, and you will do the transformation in SSIS. There are lots of transformations available in SSIS. You will do it here, and then you will be storing that data. That data will become very clean once you do the transformation, and it will be in a very normalized, in a wonderful way, and you will be moving the data to the data warehouse or any way you can move. So the main goal of SSIS is to collect the data from different sources and gather it into a point where we can analyze that data. It is not necessary that you need to normalize the data. So it depends upon which way you are going to store the data, might be in a star schema or a snowflake schema, whatever schema it is useful for the reporting people, you can store it in the data warehouse. So in the coming videos, we will be talking about all these things. Now we can go through how to install this SSIS. There are certain websites where we can use this SSIS. We can go to the websites and download. There is a problem in 2022 that does not support SSIS. So if you're going to download it, you can go to the previous version and download it. Mainly it is 2019 Visual Studio, you can download it, and there are certain links. You can go to Google and you can search Visual Studio 2019 download, and you will be getting a link like this, Visual Studio older downloads, and you can select that link. And in the first option, don't take that first option because that is 2022. You can come back and you can select that 2019 and you can download. You will be asked to sign up. You need an Hotmail account or an Outlook account. You can create it if you don't have. Otherwise, you can sign into that account and you can download it. You can download the professional edition because most of the downloads will be free. So once you download, you will be getting a file like an app file like this VS Professional. You can double click it and select it. It will be fetching the files for Visual Studio installer. Then you will be getting a window to select which all things you need to install. You can go down and you can install if you want the Visual Studio complete setup. Like if you want to do programming languages in ASP.NET and all, you can select the ASP.NET, which is there in the above option. Otherwise, you can just go and select the data store and storage and processing, where it completely deals with Azure Data Lake, Hadoop, and SQL Server. And at the same time, you can select the drives also. But at the same time, you need to see that in the installation details, you need to select the SQL Server data tools. That is the main important thing we need, because SSIS comes under SQL Server data tool. Now you can select the drive, which drive to install. That is when you select the installation location, and then you can select install. You can select install while downloading or install after downloading. If you're having a good internet speed, you can download it first and then you can install it. It will take some time to install because it is around 1.51 GB. So once it is getting installed, it will ask you to sign in to the same email ID which you have downloaded. If you have having a user ID in Outlook or Hotmail, you can give that email ID and you can sign into that. After signing in, you will be getting a pane like this to create a project. You can just create. So if you type Visual Studio into integration service, you won't find it here. You need to close that window and you need to select the extension and select manage extensions. There in the search box, you can type as integration services and you will be getting, you can see in the down, you can see SQL Server Integration Service. This is here. You can select that. You can select and download that, and it will be asking how to open and download. You can download in whichever drive you want, and after that you need to install from that drive. At the same time, you can search for SQL Server Integration Service project and SQL Server Microsoft Reporting Service project. You can search and you can select that also, and you can download. That will be downloaded instantly. So because after SSIS, you can create report in SSRS. So now we are installing that SSIS. We have downloaded and we have double clicked the application file and we are installing it. So the setup is complete and we will close it and we will open Visual Studio once again. And Visual Studio is going to get open 2019. And now we can start using SSIS. You can select it to create a new project. Then you can give the name, project name, the location, the solution name, whatever it is for a time being. And now, of course, we have started the integration service project. So here in the left side, we can see data flow task, SQL task, and other common tasks. So all the transformations will come under this data flow task. Once you go inside the data flow task, you'll be having lots of transformation tools and lots of source and destination paths to get the files and to store the files. So in the coming videos, we will be seeing about that. Hope from the next video onwards, we will be starting post transaction and source data from SSIS, and then we will be moving to SQL Server. Hope this was an interesting video. Have a nice day.